Hi there. I had to turn you on manually because if you say the magic words, start, wedding, sometimes it'll do that for me, but it didn't this time. So hi, I'm Kendra. Welcome back to my channel, Kendra Full of Joy. Today I'm going to be making a cheesecake pumpkin dip. And for this dip, you just need 4 things, and then whatever dippers you choose to use. So first of all, I'm going to put in just about a quarter of a cup. Yeah, that's what I've got here. A quarter of a cup of Pure Pak. I'm using the Thrive brand Pure Pak pumpkin. Don't need to be pumpkin pie filling again. Who uses that? Every time I see a recipe on YouTube, they go, don't use the pumpkin pie filling. So here's that, 1/4 cup. And then I'm gonna freeze the rest. I'll put it in a baggie and stick it in the freezer, and it's fine. You can do that with pumpkin filling easily and then use it again. I wouldn't keep it in there more than about 3 months though. I think it would get frostbitten, liquidy, and not as good for stuff. Let's see. Just a little while ago, we had some excitement at the end of the driveway. There was a, what looked to me like an accident. I bet it was somebody who lost a fan belt. And so other cars were slowing down and some cars were stopping to find out what they needed. And it was actually a roofing company, and somebody's gonna help them. They're actually parked in the driveway now. I'm looking for some lemon. I know I have some. Don't know what I did with it. Oh, Kendra, Kendra. Here it is. I have my shirt. It says, my favorite season is pumpkin pie spice. It goes with the one that says, I hate pumpkin pie spice. There, I've said it. So the reason I needed a lemon was I wanted to put some lemon juice in this water real quick, so that when I slice some apples, I'm going to use apples as one of the dippers, they won't turn brown. The citric acid in lemons keeps things from turning brown if you're lucky. So I'm just going to slice them right into this, and then I'll dry them off before I put them in. Okay, so 1/4 cup of this, and I've got 4.5 cup servings, 3.4 ounce Jello pudding. Find it just about anywhere. Put that in there. You could double this if you have a big crowd, and I really don't. I just wanted to show it. And so then you got the pumpkin and the Jello, and you want to put in some pumpkin pie spice. So I'm going to use a teaspoon of pumpkin pie spice. Pumpkin pie spice is like what? Cloves, ginger, cinnamon, allspice, nutmeg, kind of a mix. I have said this before, I'll say it again. I use Pioneer Woman's recipe, and I'll link it below with the recipe to this so that you can see. It's really simple to just whip it together and put it in an empty, clean jar and stick it in your spice drawer, because most of us have the ingredients on hand already. And say you don't like nutmeg, like my husband doesn't care for nutmeg. I think that's what he doesn't care for. You might not want to use that. So that goes in there. And then I need my mixer. So this is really, really not the best way to get ready, Kendra. I'm gonna need to right over here. And I'm gonna grab my mixer. Awesome sauce, here it is. I tried really hard to have everything ready. Sometimes that just doesn't work for me. Okay. That's for when I put other stuff in it. First of all, we're going to just whisk this part together with a whisk. Boom, there we go. Yummy, yummy. It does smell good. Put that right here. You know what? I don't need the mixer, come to think of it. You know, you have so many things in your head at one time going on when you're trying to do these filmings. Well, I do anyway. That you forget what you're doing. There we go. I'm not as chatty today for some reason. I think I'm nervous about this recipe. Oh, let's pray. Please, please turn out. Okay, it's a blustery day today. We all heard a big boom earlier, and it was the recycle can. I don't know if you have those in your area, but they're great, big, on wheels, can hold a couple 100 pounds of stuff probably. And it blew over from a gust of wind. And my daughter called from across town and told me that her power was even out. Okay. You know what? This is where it comes in. I knew I wasn't forgetting something. I'm going to take another spoon and get just a little bit more of this whip. So this whipped cream is Cool Whip. And this container, I'm not going to use all of it, I don't think, is 16 ounce. So I'm probably using 10 ounces of it. This will solidify. Usually you don't want to beat your whipped cream because that'll make it not stand up. But because this has, you know, the Jello pudding in it, it'll be fine. Oh yeah. Smells good. Smells like autumn. Okay, oh yeah, looking good. So I'm gonna put this in a bowl in a minute. For now, I'm gonna get rid of this, put it over here, and hope it stays there. And put the pumpkin away, and put that away. Okay, so I don't know, you probably can't tell, but it's no longer white, it's kind of an off-white color, and it's starting to thicken up. So you know what, I'm gonna put it in the bowl right now. You know how thick pudding does when you get it going. So you might want to mix this longer than I did. You know, you really should mix it like at least a couple of minutes, maybe if not 3. Look on the back of your pudding and see how long it says to mix it. Maybe I will, and I'll put it in the actual recipe below. When you do things for a long time, you just do it on autopilot, and you stop watching the actual recipe that it came with. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take I think this is a Gala, and I know this is a Granny Smith washed. So I'm just going to chop some up and put them along this with the dip. Some people like to dip fruit, some people like to dip cookies. I'm going to do a little bit of both. This is already kind of brown. Rats! So I'm just going to make some slices here. Washington State is famous for apples. We don't have an apple tree anymore, but we used to. I don't know if you've got an apple tree or not, or several, just for, you know, having an apple tree. But they produce, and so every fall I was giving away apples. I would wrap them in baggies, like big bags, and let the people in our neighborhood, because we had a Facebook page for our neighborhood in the house we were in before, and I'd say, you know, they're on the porch, come get them, and people would do it. You get kind of tired of them when you've got hundreds of pounds of apples coming off a plant. So here's some red ones. I hope that this works to keep them from turning brown. Okay, I'm going to cut this spot off of this apple. Cut this like this. I think probably the Granny Smith would be a good idea because that tart of a Granny Smith apple would, you know, act well with the sweetness. I didn't even taste that. Well, if you weren't here, I'd have stuck my finger in there and tasted it, but we've got company, so I won't. Now, has anybody seen or heard from Torres Family Living? She's a sweet lady, lives in Texas, and she usually puts up a video just all the time, and I'm worried. I don't have her phone number, but I have her address, and I might just send her a card and tell her I'm thinking of her. She has a sweet little boy. He's just about 2, and, you know, just family stuff, recipes. She's a great cook. And so I sent her an email and I said, what's going on? It makes me wonder if maybe her computer didn't go down or, you know, something like that that would just keep her from talking to anybody. Because I didn't give her my phone number. But I will when I send her that card. So she can, if she didn't lose her phone, that happens. You know, people forget they've got their phone on the counter when they check out with their groceries or whatever. Done it. I've done it. I've been real lucky. Somebody stopped me once and said, ma'am, is that your phone? Yikes. Yes, that's my phone. I usually lose my phone in the house though. Okay, so first I got the apples, so I'll put the rest of these in here. I'm super allergic to apples. Can't eat them at all. Typically when I cut them, like for children or whatever, I have to wash my hands super well because I touch my face too much. Okay, I'm coming around here and I'm gonna get this and put it forward so you can see it well. Okay, so I've got something in the way? Nope, okay. I've got apples, both kinds here, and then I've got ginger snaps, so I'm going to put ginger snaps along the way here, so people can just dip into if they want. And I've got some maple creams. Maple creams are cookies that, I think I got these at Fred Meyer. They look like a maple leaf, they're shaped like a maple leaf, just kind of for decoration. Maple and pumpkin, autumn. And then I've got, also for dippers, these are my favorite. Just plain old Nilla Wafers. I'm telling you what, Nilla Wafers used to be bigger than this. They are making them a whole lot thinner and smaller. I know they are. But everything's getting like that, you know, because of inflation and then deflation of what we get for what the inflated price is. Okay, so here you have all of the dippers that I chose to do. You could do any dippers you wanted. All right, Kendra, don't dump it on the floor, but here it is. Little ramekins with sliced apples, maple cream cookies, ginger snaps, Nilla Wafers, and the dip. And let's see. If you like to swap recipes and see what other people are making this time of year, if it sounds like fun to you, I try to do at least every couple of days. Sometimes I get away with every day. It just depends on how busy I am. And I would love for you to subscribe. You hit a bell. First you hit like, and then you hit subscribe with this little bell icon, and it'll alert you when I have videos, I guess, you know, come up. I'm still new to this, so I would love it if you joined my channel and say hi. I love to chat. I'm a retired, I'm a recovering homeschool mom of 5 grown kids, and I'm a retired childbirth educator, doula, midwifery clinic assistant, that kind of thing. So I have a whole lot of time on my hands this first fall and winter that we're not actually in COVID. It was okay the first winter when we were in COVID because nobody got out, and now that people are starting to mingle again, I'm starting to feel like I need to get out there too. But this is really helping. You feel like you're meeting people. And I have met some really sweet people on YouTube. I've got some favorites, and so I'm enjoying it. I hope you have a really good Sunday. Today's November 7th. It's a bye week for the Seattle Seahawks, so no game, but I'll still watch somebody else play. And go out and find some joy. Bye.